and they didn't like hippies. But that you seem like such like a, I don't know, a conservative looking guy to come out of like a family of hippies.
Well, I got a front row seat to the hippie parade, and I didn't really like what I saw. Really, what it's weird because people call it hippie, but honestly, what I saw was depression and an inability to like raise children or even raise yourself. And you think about it. I mean, think about the sort of, you think about the kind of, everyone has the Hollywood cartoon version, Cheech and Chong, but the real version is more like smoke some weed, don't go to work. It's depression. It's like a low grade depression mixed with I'm angry.
Oh no. Yeah.
So I just I don't want to go down that road.
But now, I got to ask you, does your family talk to you? And the only reason I ask this is because, like, I'm thinking, trying to put myself in my shoes, thinking if I was writing a book and, saying, hey, my mom looks like Mo Howard, I don't know if she would really be, like, taking that well afterwards.
Well, to be fair, I said a lesbian Mo Howard.
You did say a lesbian Mo Howard. You're absolutely right. Good clarification.
The good news about the good news about them is they're hands off, and they're consistent.
With their hands. Yeah, but,
well, I mean, what I mean is they're not hypocrites. Meaning they're like we had an unspoken deal from the word go, which is listen, we're not going to pay for college. We're not really going to pay for anything. We're not going to cook you meals, and we're not going to show up at any football games. We're not going to do anything. But here's the good news. No real curfew. We're not going to ask if you've done your homework. You're not going to have that embarrassing moment during open house where we come walking in and your teacher explains to me that you're underachieving because we're not showing up. And in exchange, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, my. So you raised yourself, Adam. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And so now I can say whatever I want because what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to piss my dad off. So what? He's not going to ask to borrow money? What's going to happen?
Yeah, right. It's just an interesting perspective. I guess what I got out of it is you came out so good and so well-rounded and successful out of a really an upbringing that you probably, the odds weren't with you, I would think.
Probably. Yeah, no, probably not. But I was so uncomfortable that I had to change my circumstances.
Awesome. Now I want to turn it towards death for a minute, and I mean death on Family Guy. This is a huge. This is like a role that has the staying power and the signature of something great. And what was it like to play Death on Family Guy? Because you did a wonderful job, I got to tell you.
Oh, thanks. I think Norm McDonald did it season 1, and then. I don't know if you know how much you know about Norm McDonald, but he has a rich history of not showing up to things.
Oh my gosh, he didn't show up for an interview for me. This was last time around. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Simpatico. So I guess they got tired of that, and they were like, well, who else has a nasally drone?
Oh.
He'll show up.
Oh, my gosh.
Enter Adam Carolla.
And you guys are pals, you and Norm. So, like, what do you next time you see him, you go, hey, I got that gig you didn't show up for?
I was going to meet him for lunch and tell him that, but he didn't show up.
So perfect. I want to talk about the show TI Vegas. This is happening 9 p.m. July 8th. And this is truly, how many times have you been there on that stage now? It's been quite a few, right?
I think this will probably be the 4th.
I talked to you on the very first one you were doing, and it seemed interesting because they're saying, well, Adam's going to be doing his podcast live. And you're thinking like, well, how does that work? But your podcast is just there's so much content and so many different things with Bald Bryan and the news with Gina and all that. And so this all that takes place. But I want to also focus in. I want to ask you about what's going to happen during that show. But first, I want to let everyone know there's a great inside tip, and that is the fact that really people listening, you have an opportunity to meet Adam. If you want to show up a little early, tell us about like the big the Mangria signing. I said Sangria, it's the Mangria signing, and also.